Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to you here at Create and Craft. Thank you so much to Andy, of course, and Natalie for the last show. I do hope that you're well, and of course, you're keeping as safe as you can. And we're heading towards the last two shows of Tuesday here on Create and Craft. I hope you've had a good. I mean, the weather's been beautiful here in Peterborough. I do hope it's been as nice with you as well. Now we have Debbie Moore with us for this show, and then I'm being joined by Dawn Bibby at 8:15. But Debbie was here earlier at 4:30, launching a brand new range of beautiful bookbinding ideas. We haven't seen her for a few weeks here on Create and Craft, so shall we say hello to her first of all, because she looks absolutely beautiful as always. Hello, my love.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very excited.
I know you are, and I have to say, do you know, I think you should just very first off explain to everyone how this came about, because the sadness, but also I think you found it quite therapeutic, haven't you, doing
this? I did. Last year, it was actually my mother's idea. In January, she became seriously ill, and unfortunately, she passed away last year. But it was her idea to start to make memory books of events, not just in our lives together, of her life. So it's like a celebration of her life. And I because obviously I lost her the early part of last year, I couldn't do it. But it was her idea to come up with a collection that people could make memory books, journals, recipe books, notebooks, and it's actually bookbinding. And I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, that sounds complicated, but trust me, it isn't. It's made me, I mean, I'll never get over the loss of my mum. She was my best friend. But it's made me come to terms with it. It made me draw closer. It's very therapeutic. And I've loved and I treasure it, which is why it's the Create and Cherish. That's why we've called it. So it's in memory of my mum.
So this is your mum here?
Yes. But I don't know when. And that's the journey. You're on a journey of discovery. So I get to speak to my grandfather, my aunties, my relatives to find out. And it's great for them as well. So I've left gaps.
Look at these fabulous
they can actually go through everything, and then I can write it down. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful idea. It's one of my absolute favourite things to do.
It is.
I just think this is gorgeous, and the photographs, Debbie, are fabulous. I can so imagine. It was tinged with sadness, but also with just beautiful. Like taking the time to look at the photographs.
Yes.
Because it's time then to remember your mum, isn't it, as well?
And it's time that I didn't know. You know, there's loads of photos.
Is this you?
No, it's my mum.
Is it?
Look at the miniskirt she's wearing, and that's while she's mucking out horses.
I thought that was you.
No,
you are the spitting image of your mum. That is absolutely amazing.
There's a picture a bit earlier when she has my sister, and Andy thought it was me. So, no, but this is the thing about these memory books, and I'm not kidding everybody, it's a joy to create. And with this collection that Lowen's going to show you, there's so much in there. And once you get hooked, you will get joy of it, and it'll be a good thing for the whole family as well.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but this is the only craft that I actually do. I do photo books.
Oh no, I didn't know.
Yeah, and I started similarly to you, but Andy and I started when I didn't actually know my dad was going to die, but when we knew he was really ill.
Yes.
So we actually did a photo book of both his and my mum's life, and when they were babies all the way through. It took months and months and months, and it is tinged with a little bit of sadness because on the day he died, the book actually arrived, so we never got to see it.
Aww.
However, talking about you, I was quite fortunate because I had the idea to do it. So I was going through the photos with my dad and asking him, you know, who was in the photo. So I actually found out a lot of information. But I got photos. I mean, they were in shoe boxes, they were in supermarket bags. So it's a really lovely way. You know, if you think, oh yes, I've got photos like that. And if your parents are still with you, your grandparents are still with you, if you can, spend the time with them to and ask them, because you know what, they love talking about their lives, and you can find out more about them, because once they're gone, it's way too late. Now, I have the paper version here, so let me just talk you through what you're getting. It's a lovely, lovely idea. So you've got, first of all, a template which allows you to make the most beautiful envelopes. Now, you could use these for various different crafting projects, but of course you can also use them within your book, because you can pop photos in there, but of course you can also pop in things, you know, anything else that you've got, like little letters, anything else that you've kept to sort of like mementos. You're also getting included full instructions, of course. You've got your mount board to make your book with, and then you've got these beautiful papers. You're getting these gorgeous memory book papers. You've also got 2 accessory papers as well. And of course, we're talking Debbi Moore designs. So guess what else you're getting? You get your forever code, which means that if you love these papers, with your forever code, you will have the artwork to print off again and again and again, literally for the rest of your life. And you get everything for £17.99. That means if you're in the club, you're going to save yourself over £12. It's 787901, the item number. You can order this on our website, createandcraft.com. Let's join Debbi, though, because Debbi has the USB. Now, the USB allows you to make these gorgeous memory books, but also with the USB, you can make recipe books.
Yes.
You can make, what was the other thing that you talked
Journals.
about? Journals.
Diaries. Okay.
Wow.
And even just a notebook. So I am never, I mean, this was my mum's idea, like you were doing with your dad.
Yeah.
We started this when she was ill. And obviously it's taken me some time. So it's only the back end of last year and this year that I've got hooked on it.
Yeah.
When it was all coming together. Now this USB key, you are going to get 8 collections. Now I have got 12 books around here of different themes. So if I just pick up a few,
Yes,
just to
please do,
explain.
Deb.
Okay. So the idea is, if we go, for example, this one here, this is actually my own work diary that I've designed. And you are going to be able to get, can you see these? These are for the week. So you'd put the day of the weekend and you can write.
Fab.
So you can see that I've actually used it already
Yeah.
earlier in the week. But then at the front, I've wanted the, obviously, all my notes for the months. And
Right.
this is one of the collections. This is the pink
So
collection.
this is all on the USB?
Yes, because what you're going to get 8 collections, which we're going to show you in a second with the board.
Yeah.
But then what you'll get is you can get all the things to create that. So then we've got, how about a recipe book? This is my own recipe book that I've just made for me. And I'm really super excited because it looks like I bought it. So it's a proper book-bound one. You open it up, and then I printed off the sheets, and all you do is print off one side, put the paper back in, and print on the other side.
Yeah.
So this is my recipe book, and I've done it so I've got starters, I've got starters, I've got also mains, and I've got desserts.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to start filling this. But how about making a professional notebook? How cool that looks with the spine and everything. And that is just cutting white copy paper. So you can make gifts, can you imagine? But it doesn't stop there, because if you want to do a little journal, I've done this little journal for my grandfather. So it's just a little notebook for him. So this, I've just printed them off. Okay,
yeah.
And then put it together, and you get the cover as well.
Amazing.
It doesn't stop there, because the idea is then you can take the concept that you've learned. If I put that back down without dropping, there you go. You can, I knew that was going to happen, so never mind. You can then do junk journaling. So this was actually made by a lovely lady, Petra, and what she's done is the same concept. She's used one of my other designs.
Yeah.
So think about all your other designs, same thing, doing your own junk journals.
I love that vintage paper, Debbi. How's she done that?
This is actually just stained
Is it?
distress inks or tea dye. Okay,
Amazing.
this is my Shabby Chic Paris collection, and there's the envelopes that you were talking about.
Yeah.
The envelope template you've got, you can do a baby size one in the middle as well.
Right,
So
okay.
the beauty about it, with this USB key, it doesn't just come with the USB key, it comes with a piercing mat. Well, I'll explain that when I do the demo, and it comes with a tag. And I'm not joking, it has been a joy to create these books.
Well, I have to tell you, 60% of the entire stock of the USB is sold out and gone. We've mentioned the 8 collections, so shall we show you them? So the 8 collections that are on the USB, and of course, again, once you've got a USB, all that artwork is at your fingertips whenever you want to use it. So you've got the collections of Flutterby, Cottage Lavender, Sunflower Dreams, Rose Dreams. That's just 4 of them. Let's show you the other 4 as well. And you're also going to get, oh look, the Vintage Men. That's amazing. I love that one. Gerbera Delights, Pink Surprise, and Honey Meadow. So all of those 8 collections are on the USB. And of course, you can make your diaries, your journals, recipe books. You could just use, if you wanted to, them as background papers. And of course, you can use them in any way, shape or form with your crafting projects. I know Debbi just talked about making things for gifts, and of course you can, but also let's just check with Debbi, because if you wanted to make something to sell, could you?
Of course you can. And I'll tell you something,
wow.
you will be.
Yeah.
Okay, because when you find how easy it is, and I'm not kidding, it is easy. I actually find it easier than card making.
Really?
It is, because it's only 4 stages.
Ah.
Okay, so we've designed the USB key, okay? It has JPEGs on it, it's got PDFs on, which means I give you permission to use it with Minecraft Studio or any other graphics package, or you can use it with your Scan and Cut. Now, every one of those 8 collections you get, if I quickly show you before I go to the computer, you get everything to complete. So if you have a look on here, you can see that you've got from the birthday layout. So, I mean, I forgot Dawn Bibby's birthday last week. I needed this. Obviously, do you know what I mean? I'm going to send her, I just found out today. But then you've got these gorgeous calendars. I mean, look at the artwork. That's as if you bought a calendar. Now, some printers will print off with the white edge. You can trim it down. Some are edge to edge. And you get all this artwork in 8 different collections. This is the Honey Meadow. But then you've also got the calendars that is across. So I'm just going to, oops, sorry, everybody. It's so flimsy. Right, okay, so you've got the days of the week, and here we got the calendars. There you go. So this is what I was showing you in my pink diary.
Yeah.
So if you can see this, you print this off, and then you put it back in your printer and print on the other side. But then if you want 2, so you know when you buy a diary, you can have 2 on the page.
Yes.
Then you've got that option as well. I've thought about it from, I love lists, I love diaries. These are your front covers that you're going to get for your recipe books. You're going to get your recipe sheets that you can print off. Then you've got backing papers that you can decorate your books. I mean, this is an older collection, so this is just a Honey Meadow showing you everything that you're going to get. Then you've got what I call the memory book sheet, so your journal sheet, so you can put photos in. Or if you want to actually have it with the writing, you've got the front of the journal covers, and you've got them with the lines in. But then you've got what we call the cut-ups. Oops, wrong way around. I will get back into this. It's been weeks since I've been here. So as you can see here, these you can fussy cut. But if you're going for the essential dies that we have on today's show, they work with them as well. Okay, so this is everything from a collection. So you're going to get that 8 times.
Lovely. So the sentiments you can use for your diaries, you can use them for your recipe books, and of course your journaling as well. So that's for the beautiful sunflowers, but of course you've got Flutterby, Cottage Lavender, you've got Rose Dreams, Vintage Men, Gerbera Delights, Pink Surprise, and the Honey Meadow as well. So all 8 collections are on that USB. It's 787902, the item number, and of course you get the mat and also the stencil to make those fabulous tags with. $17.99. I have to say, I think for all of that artwork, that is amazing. 2/3 of the stock has sold out and gone. Can I just quickly give you the details of the dies that Debbie also mentioned? Because, of course, you can add these into your order. These work really well with a lot of those items that we were just talking about. And they're fantastic to do your mats and layers with as well. So, for instance, you've got here your Essentials die set one. There are 20 dies included in this set for just $17.99 for our club members. That is amazing value for money. Do you actually get all those shapes? All those shapes, Debbie?
Yeah, when we have a look later on, there's 3
Wow.
boards.
That's incredible value for money. And then we've got ovals available for you as well. Just bear with us while I change the details. This is all available, obviously, to view on our website. So this is your oval. So brilliant, obviously, for your mats and layers. That's 787910. What a great price as well, £13.49. We also have the alphabet die set available for you as well. There are 29 elements on this particular set because you've also got cute little accessories there, like you've got the star, the heart, and the butterfly. And that's, wow, what a price, £13.49, everyone. 787911 is your item number to quote. And then finally we've got here your basics. So you've got there your hexagon. Is it a hexagon? Yes, it is, isn't it? Because you've got the sort of scallop detail. The rectangle, got lots of different shapes on there. So 25 dies in total, $17.99. That's 787912, the item number to quote. Let's go back then and give you the details of the USB. And let's find, well, let's not find Debbie because she's here. Let's go and join Debbie. Let's find Debbie. But like one of the, oh, where's Debbie? Where's Debbie Moore? There's Debbie Moore.
Normally I'm in through Zoom. Haven't been in the studio since December, and it's brilliant.
I have to say, I'm not going to knock Zoom because I think it's been fantastic for a lot of people, but I think for us in the studio,
it's hard.
Yeah, and particularly when you got that delay.
Yeah, and there's like technical problems. Honestly, so I'm so happy to be here to showing this. So this is a USB key that works on PC, Mac and Linux, and this is Windows 10. It's a click and print system, and it's so easy to use. You've got PDFs and JPEGs on, and it is being designed for bookbinding and making these gorgeous books, but you've got backing paper, so you can do cards as well on there as well. So if you pop it in, this is what you'll see, okay? You just click into it where it continues, there you go, and you've got the instructions. So I just click in there, first of all, just because we haven't looked in there, and it's got some envelope templates on there, but then it's got how to create the memory book. So the memory book is the main focus. So you've got step-by-step instruction on how everything goes, okay? And as you go through it, you know, we're going to go recap this, okay? If I come back out of here, I'm going to go back to the main menu, the collections. So exactly like the board, there's all the collections. So say, for example, you want to go into, let's have a look at one. We're going to sunflower. So for sunflower, there's a recipe book. You've got daily diary, you've got memory book, you've got journal, you've got notebook, and you've got cut-ups. The idea is if you want to do, for example, a daily diary, click in there, and you think, right, okay, I want to have my birthday list. I mean, you can print this off and put this on your fridge. You've got everything that you've got different elements on there. If I come out of there and you think, right, okay, I want to actually print off my months. So if I open all that, you can see that you have got, okay, all you need to do is go top of left-hand side, click on there, and it will print off all of them. So this is printing off all 12 months. If I cancel this, and go back, okay, you need to close, okay, on the top there, there's a little X. Close on there, and it brings you back to the menu. You think, right, okay, what else do I want to print off? So if you click to the main menu and think, I want to print off a writing sheet. So you go into, say, example, the memory book, choose the writing sheet, and this is how easy it is. Now, to get it double-sided, you print it in one way, turn it over, and print the other side. That's how easy it is. Everything's on there at a click and print, and look at the extra papers that are put on there that you can print off. You know, these are for backing papers, for decorating the front of your books, okay, but you may want to add them throughout your collections for your memory books. And then we have, going back to the main menu again, so we've had a look at sunflower. The Flutterby is really lovely. It's got the birds on, so how about making a recipe book on there? So you can see that you have got the front cover as well you can print off, but then you go to your sheet, your recipe sheet, you click on there and print it off. So I've tried to put a bit of everything, so the 8 collections. Okay, if I come out of here and then go back to the main menu, okay, yet again, you've got all the extra cut-ups. We put the sentiments on, but the papers are just so beautiful. So look at that on there. How gorgeous is that? Pretty. So, you know, depending on the theme that you want to do, you have got from cute to vintage right down to the beautiful, you know me and pink, I had to put pink surprise on. So you've got that on there. So if you want to do a journal book, yet again, you've got the front covers. So I think we'll do a demo now. Okay, so we're going to do the memory book that Lowen's got. So we're going to use those sheets, and then I'm going to show you the rest as we go. So when it comes to the actual memory book themselves, you get sheets of choice. And what I mean by that, you're going to get 22 sheets. Obviously, if you go into the USB key, you can print as many times as you want. The book is made up of 4 sections, really. You have got, or 5 if you count putting the holes in. So 5 sections. You've got create a signature, which I'm going to explain, punch holes in, sew, create a book cover, and fix the inside and the book cover together. And that is telling you all on here, and everything's self-explanatory. But let me just show you. So the thing of a signature, now the signature is the sections in the book, and it's made up of 4 sheets. Or you can have more than 4, but I would recommend that you start with 4. And I'm teaching you how I've learned. Obviously, bookbinding's been around a very long time, and I'm just learning. But how I've done it is I put my twist on it to make it easier for crafters to enjoy using my collections. So I've got 4 sheets here, and what I do is I will fold it in half like this, use a bone folder, that's very important, and that's the signature. That's it. That's first day. How easy is that?
Very easy.
Very easy.
Is there a particular paper that you would recommend to print on, Debbie, or is it just what what you prefer at home.
So, for example, it depends how deep your book is going to be.
Yeah.
So, for example, these are printed on 120 GSM. So, if you feel the paper, it's nice because I wanted a very luxurious one for the memory books.
Yes.
Okay. But then what I've done is on these ones here, I've only just used copy paper.
Right, okay.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. It depends on the book size that you're going to create.
Yeah.
You don't want it too thick, or you can imagine it's going to be really thick.
Yeah.
But I would recommend between 100 and between 80 is normal copy paper.
Yeah.
If you want something special, go up to 120.
I was just thinking, because we've got such a good offer on our 120 Pro paper at the minute.
There you go.
I think, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's 75. Is it 75 sheets for $7.99? I think it is. We'll try and find the details. But listen, let's go and join Debbie to obviously continue her demo.
So that is the first step. That easy, isn't it? So the next step, I tell you about putting holes in, okay? And I tell you how to create a little guide, okay? And what you need to do is once you've done the guide, I don't know if you can see, but there's holes on there. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this into there, like so. And then I've got a bulldog clip. You can use paper clips. But then all you're going to do is use a piercing tool. Now this, or you can use a pokey tool. The term is an owl. An owl, A-W-L, is not, okay, in bookbinding. But to me, it's just a pokey tool or a piercing tool. Now, the reason why you get the mat in with your USB key is because you then have to hold this into the spine like so. Make sure, I'm just going to put that fits into the spine, because what you're going to do is put those holes in the spine. So all I'm doing is I've got my dots already, and I am piercing a hole in, which you can see now why you need the mat underneath. It's a piercing mat. I think I've done that one. And then, so go through it all. So that's stage 2, Lowen. This is how easy it is. So for my book, and for the book that you've got, you just need to do 5 signatures. 5 of these. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
So that creates the book that you showed.
Really?
That's it. So then, so it's not complicated at all. Now,
okay, I know this is a silly question, but how does it all stick together?
I'm going to do that next. But I have a habit of losing my needle. Sorry, guys. I think, well, Debbie will tell us what sort of adhesive we need to go for. The Pro paper we talked about, if you would like to add this in, it's just, listen, it's a cracking paper. Well, that's the 140. I thought we got a 120, hadn't we? No, maybe I'm making that up. Oh, okay, fine. 75 sheets. Would you think that would be too heavy, Debbie? 140. You could have some. You could have a mixture of that as well as normal copy paper.
Okay. We might. I'm sure we got a 120 on the. Do you know who I think does a 120? I think Linda's World of Paper. I'm sure that does a 120 GSM. I wonder if you put into the search box 120 GSM, what comes up? It's amazing. I suppose when I say that out loud, that's what I do want Martha, our producer, to do. I do that at home with Andy. I wonder what would happen if... Oh, no. So you need to find, like, the brand then, don't you? So I'm trying to think what Linda's World of Paper is called. It's like a... Is it Saffiano? Oh, I might be getting that mixed up.
Not too sure.
Let's join Debbie.
Okay, so basically, I've showed you 2 steps. This is the 3rd step, okay? And it's to actually attach them together. And it tells you how easy it is, okay? But basically, you're putting the signatures together. And where you've actually put the holes, all I'm going to do, and this is very important, okay? You are sewing it from the spine. Can you see that?
Oh, yes.
In there, pull it, and that's it, everybody.
Is that it?
That is it. So you go in, out. Even I could do that, because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Okay, and so this is stage 3. So you do all this for 5 of the signatures. I just need to make sure I get the right hole. There we go. So this is why you need the mat to pierce the holes.
Debbie, what needle do we recommend, and also what thread are you using?
So when I first started, well, not just when I first started, I still use it. I'm using normal cotton thread.
Are you?
I am. Okay, now, you can get bookbinding thread,
right,
which is a bit thicker, which is this one here, which I actually only bought 2 weeks ago. But up to that point, I was just using cotton thread. You can use it, it's still the same thing. What happens is, it sometimes tangles.
Right.
I'm terrible about getting knots out. I really am bad. So this one is wax thread, which doesn't tangle.
Right.
But and the needle, it's just a needle I had in my sewing kit.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can get, I mean, like I said to you, you know, bookbinding is a profession. It's been around a long, long time. What I'm doing is taking my twist on it.
Yeah.
And by doing these memory books in honour of my mother, I've learned to do this. And to me, and bringing out this collection, you'll all be able to do it. And that's how I'm teaching you. If you want to go and buy it, you can. So if I just then show you this last bit, so then all you do, okay, now it tells you on the instructions. So you can see how I've done this. And then go to the end. So that's the signature. And what you're going to do is you are joining these together. Can you see that? So what's very important is you need to make sure it's nice and tight. And to tie it all together, you need to pull towards you, as in pull away from, not towards you. What's that way?
Away
pull
from
straight. You. Okay. When you pull straight, it pulls it parallel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Parallel. Good word.
Yes, definitely.
Well done, Martha.
And then to join it in, I mean, it tells you when you come to do the sewing section, it tells you there's something, and I've learned how to do this. You actually, something called a kettle stitch. Never heard of it, but just think of a kettle. It just means joining the two together. So all I'm doing is putting it in there and then threading it through, and there is instruction. And that look, I have now
Is this how they used to make books in the olden days then?
Yeah.
Wow.
So now I've joined that to that, and here's one I did with 5, okay? And then what I've done, I've actually put glue across there, and I've used, you can either use PVA glue or I use my 3-in-1 glue, and that's it. Look at that, all ready to make the next step.
Amazing.
So there's 3 stages that I've showed you.
Amazing. And you've used the, what was that design you were using there? The
I've used the rose.
The rose.
From that one in front.
Yeah.
There.
So that's obviously, I've got the paper collection, Debbie's got the USB.
On the USB key, yes.
On the USB, you've got another 7 collections that you could be choosing from, of course, as well. Okay, are you ready for the next step, Debbie, or shall I?
I didn't know if you wanted to look at the dies or...
Yes, we do. Well, actually, we'd like to look at the 12 by 12 papers, which shall I do that because I'm nearer to them? So obviously, we've still got to be very careful about our distances here in the studio with COVID, although we are thrilled that Debbie's back here with us in the studio. But these are just beautiful. These are Debbie's 12 by 12 papers, perfect for doing journaling, memory books, scrapbooking, of course, as well. It's 787904, the item number. So I'm so sorry, I'm not sure how many papers you're actually getting. 12 of the papers. But then you also get the Scrapbooking CD as well. So what's on the CD?
So you are going to get 200 odd extra papers to print off, and then you're going to get 15 mini books, templates, and if you look what's on behind you,
I've got them here.
You are going to get 14 scrapbooking layouts. So if you've never ever done scrapbooking before, it's a layout showing you where to put things.
Now that is lovely.
Yeah. Because
scrapbooking is something that, I mean, it's huge in America, and it's what we were just talking about with regards to photo books, you know, making sure that those memories are actually are kept precious, and also, because you don't know until somebody's gone. You know, when you look at a photo, you think, oh my word, you don't know who was in it, where it was taken. Whereas if you go through it now with your family, it's just, honestly, it's such a lovely thing to do. And it's really nice for you to be able to look back on. I mean, listen, I don't have any kids to hand mine down to, but if you do, they will be so thankful, because I think history for families is really quite important, isn't it?
Yes.
So you've got all those templates included. My word, you get all of that, everyone, for £16.19. It's 787904, the item number to quote. Now, I'm sure if you're shopping with us at the moment, if you spend over £45 with us, I'm pretty sure you are able to opt for PayPal Pay in 3 on checkout. I hope that you can anyway. Oh, is it from tomorrow? Oh, hark at me announcing it right now. I didn't know if it was from today, but so I'll tell you about it more tomorrow. But it's one of my favourite things, much to Andy's angst to have to tell you. So on the website, you have got all of the details that we talked about. You've got Debbie's dies, you've got the CD that I just showed you, you've got the amazing paper version of the journaling, of course, that we talked about, the memory books, And you've also got some other beautiful items from our Debbie on the show as well. But she's here is in the studio. So let's rejoin Debbie and talk to you about this fabulous USB, which I don't have with me here. It's just over by Debbie. Now, 70% of the stock of the USB has sold out and gone. On the USB, you're getting, I can show you, shall I show you the collections? Because there's your template for the tag. You've got your piercing mat behind, and these are all 8 collections that are on the USB. And of course, these collections enable you to print off and make as many diaries as you want, recipe books, journaling. You can make them and give them as presents. You can make them for yourself. And also, of course, you can make and you can sell. You also get Vintage Men, Gerbera Delights, Pink Surprise and Honey Meadow. Aren't they beautiful? You can use these. You don't have to use them just for your recipe books and your journaling and your diaries. If you want to use these for your classic crafting, then of course do so. It's the artwork that you're able then to utilise on the USB, and you get all of that for £17.99. Isn't that amazing value? When you think if you love a particular collection, you can print it off, 1,000 times, 1,000,000,000,000 times, which is probably not possible, but it's possible, if you wanted to. I'm just saying, that's a lot of copying, isn't it, in a lifetime? It's 787902, the item number to quote. Let's join Debbie, because of course this was all inspired by her lovely mum, and I've actually got the memory book. One of the photos has come out, Debbie, so I just want to make.
Oh no, it's not been put away. I'm going to put that on.
These are, honestly,
gorgeous.
I bet it was. I bet it's tinged with a little bit of sadness, but I bet it was lovely in a way, just and also to be able to not just look at them, but actually make a book with them. Something really special.
And that's the thing about it. And I feel closer to my mum.
Yeah.
I know that is a strange thing to say, but there's photos that I've never seen before. And there's one on the back, right at the back, right? I didn't even know. She was looking after my house a couple of years ago. And there's one with her on drums. Right at the end,
no.
Keep going. Yes, and I didn't even know about
Hang on a minute, let me get to it.
One of the last ones, I think it was. But
Oh, there!
So she went to my husband plays the drums, okay, and she decided she went to my house and my Auntie June, and my Auntie June took a picture of her on the drums, and that's the bar in my house. Okay.
That's your bar?
Yeah, Dave built the bar, and I didn't even know they existed until I was going through the photos. So it's really a lovely collection to have, okay. And, I would recommend anybody, it's helped me through it. I found it therapeutic. I found it...
Is she wearing... Who's that wearing glitter magic?
That's my mum.
That's your mum?
Yeah.
Aww.
So, yeah.
Aren't they lovely? And that's something that, you can just kind of like keep looking at.
Yes.
And, I have to say they are... I do. It's my absolute favourite thing to do, and also to look at as well. I love memory books. Right.
So you now know how to do 3 types.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to do the last 2. Okay. And all the instructions are on the USB key. They're on the actual, if you're going for the kit, they're in the kit, okay? And the next thing is how to make a book, a proper book bound. And I never knew how easy it was. So I've got the book, okay? Now remember, in the kit, you get the proper mount board, okay? And then what you do is you make sure, okay, that I've left a little of a ledge. And what you need to make sure is that you have 2 exactly the same, okay? And this bit needs to be about the same width and that. All the instructions and a bit more. All the instructions are on the USB key and on the pamphlet that you're going to get. And this is how easy you do, okay? I'm doing it very quickly, okay? And I'll just make sure I've got some glue. And all I'm doing, obviously, please be a bit more careful with the glue. I'm doing it quickly. So you need to make sure, if I can ask Magic Hands to take that lid off, because I haven't taken that one off because it's going to run out. So all I'm doing, it is put that on like so. This white piece of paper is actually in the kit, by the way.
Is it?
You get an A3 piece of paper as well. So I've thought of everything for you to actually get it. All you need to do is put the glue on. So make sure you centralise it like so. And then it tells you use a ruler. Got the glue coming out. There we go. Thank you. Line it up like so. And then what you're going to do, as it tells you, as you can see, I've used on the diagram, I put a ruler so I can work out the measurements. For our US viewers, it's in inches as well. So I know people prefer inches. I was asked to do it in inches. So that goes on like that. And then what you do is you cut the sides off. If I just quickly do this to show you, because I'm not going to do the whole thing, like that. Tells you how to do that. And then what you're going to do is fold this over. So you're going to fold them all over on all of them. And then you will end up with, here's a baby one. Can you see that? And this is one that we did on the last show. I was showing you, this is the one that I did with some paper. And there it is there. And then the next one, so that is the fourth option on how to do that. And then the last bit is putting it together. So what I've got here, I've actually, Dawn has given me 2 of her sheets that are on the next show, her shimmer paper, a card.
Oh, nice.
A pearl card. Hopefully I've said it right. And then what I'm doing is fold it in half. And this is how easy, everybody, is to finish your books. So obviously take a little bit more time than what I'm doing. But once you've actually got it, so there is my, so this is what you need to have, 2 of these. So there's that one. And there's this one, because one's for the front or the back. And you don't glue the inside. When I say the inside, look. So you can see this bit here. You don't put any glue along there. This is going to go in there. What you do is you glue that on there, and that goes on there. And that's how you put the book together. And it becomes a bound book. So I'm going to use 3 in 1. And all I'm doing is making sure my book's the right way up first. There we go.
Do you know, I bet it's lovely to be able to give this as a gift, like a proper professional bound book to somebody.
Yes, definitely.
And they'll be like, oh my word, how have you made this?
And the thing is, you know, I've done it, I've showed you, you know, from start to finish, I can make a book in about an hour, okay? Because everything is printing. You're printing everything off. So these are the, and you can put pockets in, you can do all kinds of things. And don't forget, you can do different size books, and by having the USB key you can print off to different sizes. So can you see these are the inside, and it does tell you when you have a look on the instructions, okay, that you need to have, this is the last bit, putting the text box in, okay, so just on the how to attach your books for cover is your stage 5, and all you do is I tend to put the glue on here, and you need to decide that you want to centerize it, so I've got to centerize it. Obviously, put a bit more glue on to make sure all the area. And then what you're going to do, I'm going to centerize it there. And then I'm going to make sure, if I do it this way so you can see, put that like that. So that does the proper book. And then you do the other side, just make sure it's in the middle.
So if it's a gift, Debbie, that's your area to do your proper kind of like, you know, this is for the person's name, little message, and then date it.
You got the tags.
Use the tags. Oh my word.
And then look.
If you did that and you actually included either some recipes that you've got or some photos, wouldn't that be a lovely gift? Yeah.
So that's a proper diary, a sunflower diary, to make sure I got it the right way around. So you've got the days I made this diary. Okay, look how easy that was.
Oh, isn't that lovely? And you could go through, actually no, it'd be nice for the person to do it, add in, you know, your birthdays, your special dates, phone numbers, stuff like that. But yeah, how lovely is that? And then, I love the one about the recipes.
Yeah.
Now, 80% of the USB has sold out and gone. Can you believe you get all of this for $17.99? So you've got not just that beautiful artwork with the gerbras, the sunflowers, you've got the vintage men. I mean, you've got 8 collections on there. But you've also got all of the additional artwork to be able to print off and just literally make up your recipe books. If you want to do diaries, you've got all of the additional paperwork for your diaries. And then also, of course, you've got all of the additional paperwork for doing your journaling. And you've got your tag template, plus, of course, you've got your piercing mat as well. 787902 is your item number to quote. $17.99 is your price, of course, 1 P&P charge. Now, if you're buying something else today, and of course something else is on FlexiPay, you are able to add that into your Flexi basket and spread the cost. But I think that's really, really affordable, and it's something that you can start, literally using straight away. It's 787902. If you prefer to go for the more classic paper version, I have that here for you. So what you'll get here, you're going to get 20 memory sheets. You're also going to get those 2 additional accessory sheets, which you're just looking at right there. Look at these beautiful sheets, though, with the gorgeous roses. There are 20 of those, plus they come with a forever code. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you absolutely love this particular sheet right here, and this becomes your favourite one to use, you can print that off as many times as you need to. And that is exactly the same for all of the other papers as well. Plus, you get the envelope template, so you can actually use that to make various different size envelopes to use with your crafting, but also, of course, to use with your journaling. And then, of course, you're also getting your stencil. So don't forget, you've also got your alphabet stencil included as well. Everything is yours for £17.99. Amazing value for money. And this is what Debbie used to make this beautiful book to obviously commemorate and also, of course, to remember her beautiful mum, who very, very sadly passed away last year. But look at these fabulous photos. And I can really feel, like when you were making it, the sadness, but also the joy of finding photos that you'd never seen and remembering her.
Yes.
I think it's lovely to remember somebody, when, you know, particularly when you've lost them through an illness, to remember them when they were well and full of, you know, life and vibrancy.
Which is why there's all those gaps. I'm now going to fill them.
You're going to fill them in. Oh, see, I think that is absolutely lovely. Oh, wow. What a photo
That's
that
me.
is. Is that you?
I'm the mum, so I'm the baby.
Oh, that is an absolute cracker. That's beautiful. Don't forget, we've got the scrapbooking papers and the CD-ROM for you as well. This is another terrific, beautiful collection with a fabulous price. 12 for 12 beautiful papers, plus the CD, which is packed full of templates. What else is on that CD
Mini
again?
books, and you've got 200 printable elements.
Amazing value, £16.19. 787904, the item number. Don't forget, everything that Debbie and I have showed you is available on the website, createandcraft.com. Thank you so much to our Debbie. It's so lovely to see you here in the studio. We missed you, but of course, when are you back with us? Do you know?
Next Tuesday.
Oh, lovely. So we'll see you next week.
Angels and fairies.
Oh, that's something that, I think that's something that you do so well. So Debbie's going to be back with us next Tuesday here on Create and Craft. We'll leave you with the details, shall we, of the USB. I think that's possibly going to sell out. So if you do want it, make sure you pop it in your basket, put your payment details in, and then, of course, you sit back and wait for it to arrive. Thank you again to our lovely Debbie Moore. She's back with us next Tuesday here on Create and Craft, looking absolutely gorgeous as always. So, yes, I'm with Debbie on this one. Zoom, I get it, you know, with the whole COVID thing, but it's so much nicer, isn't it, to have our lovely demonstrators here in the studio. Talking of which, I'm going to be joined by the one, the only Dawn Bibby in just a few moments. So I'll give you the details of that as well. But let's leave you with the details again of that fabulous USB. You can order everything that Debbie and I have showed you on the website, createandcraft.com. And of course, also, if you know, we talked about maybe adding some pro paper in, some glue, whatever else it is that you need to make those books with. Don't forget also, if you haven't got a good bone folder, it's a good idea to get yourself one of those as well and enjoy it, whether you're going to make recipe books or diaries or something that Debbie and I absolutely love, which are, of course, the gorgeous memory books as well. Just enjoy it. That's what crafting is there for. I'll see you after this.